A-Team, Liam Neeson, Bradley Cooper, Charlton Copley, and Rampage Jackson. We found a lost clip. Unbelievable how quickly these things come together. We found a lost clip from the A-Team that we want to show everybody right now. Check this out.
Never. Don't make me kill you, please.
Isn't that wild? You know, the amazing part is the music still holds up.
I still wear that jacket.
All right, so you shot 5.5 months in Canada, but it's Canada, but it's Vancouver. So it's really beautiful country.
And it stood in for like 5 countries.
Yeah, what did it stand in for?
Mexico, Germany,
Afghanistan,
Baghdad,
LA.
LA, yeah. And there was a couple more.
Yeah.
All in Vancouver.
All in Vancouver. Yeah.
What is the Grouse Mountain? Grouse Mountain is a big...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Grouse Grind.
Grouse Grind. Did you do it? Did you ever do it?
No.
That's this thing that basically, where Liam and I lived across the water, there's this mountain, and it's called the Grouse Grind, and there are all these sort of like, Hugh Jackman did it in 35 minutes and all this stuff, and you'd have to, it's basically if you can hike up it or run up it. So I did that.
What, 2 miles or something?
It's 2.5 miles, yeah. And in 2.5 miles at like a 45-degree incline or something. Like, yeah, it was pretty crazy.
His girlfriend told me he went up it like a jackrabbit.
Did you really? Did you beat Hugh Jackman?
I don't know if I did. I did in 28 minutes and in 34. But I don't really know. No, I don't know. I did it pretty fast. But I gotta tell you, as I was doing it, the first time I did it was like 6 in the morning. I was like, I remember I had like my headphones on, listening, and I was like, oh, I'm killing this. I'm gonna hit it. All of a sudden, I'm not even kidding, this woman, like maybe 53 years old, she's got like a power bar and a backpack, just flies right past me. Right past me.
Can we talk about that? I found out that when you were younger, you were a boxer. You were a fighter.
I was an amateur boxer, yeah, from the age of 9 to 16, 17 maybe.
And you were a champion for quite a time.
I was Irish champion, yeah, at my weight.
Yeah. Did you have a nickname? Was it like Nightmare Neeson?
No. I didn't. It was very, very civilized, very strictly amateur, but it was a big part of my life.
And you didn't continue. I heard that you lost a fight that you thought you should have. You got knocked out.
Yeah, no, I didn't get knocked out. I was...
Never, I'm sorry.
Go on, buddy.
I'm sorry. Never remind a fight of a loss. I just had to tell you. It's kind of like telling an actor good luck or something, you know what I'm saying? I just, most people don't know that, but, so just to let him know, my boxing trainer is from Liverpool. He's an Irish man, Mark Kenny, and he told me, oh, I'm a big fan of Liam. I'm like, oh, you like his movies? I said, no, I'm a fan of his boxing. I used to watch him do amateur boxing back in the day. He's a big fan of him from his boxing. He said he was bad. He was a badass.
But I'll tell you, George, seriously, I take your point. But the reason I got out of boxing was after that particular fight. I didn't get knocked out, but I was beat. And I came out of the ring, and my father was with me, and he said, okay, son, go and get changed. And I looked at him, and I thought, changed? What's he talking about? My brain was just, and it was very, very scary.
Yeah.
And it lasted maybe 10 minutes. I literally didn't know if I was a human being. And I thought, that's it.
That'll do. That's what I was trying to get at.
Oh, okay. No, but you know what?
That was my decision.
I know, but it's just like, I know people don't know, so I like telling people stuff so they won't do it next time, because this guy, he's I get it. So next time, I'm not being nasty, because he's a nice guy. Some fighters like, they get mad or something. I've seen it. Some fighters get mad, you talk about the loss, and that's, he's like, I'm finna give you a loss right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've seen it.
Will you continue your UFC? Will you continue to fight?
Yeah, I think I'll continue to fight for a little while. As long as people like you don't remind me about my loss or something like that.
But you won't be on his show.
I won't be on his show. If I lose, I want like, dude, they want to come on Georgia? Nah, I gotta win before I go on that show.
All right, so there's a lot of...
You're a winner with us, Don.
Absolutely, you're a movie star. We don't need to...
Thanks to you guys. Thanks to all you guys.
Movie star. Beautiful. There's a lot of guns in the movie, and there's a lot of training. Did you train?
We all had to do some. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a great weapon
quite
specialist,
intensive.
this guy, Paul Maurice, who really took us all through the paces. From the beginning, it was like that was one of the first things we all did and how we got to know each other was we worked with this guy, Paul, and it was great and valuable.
Did you get
soldiers.
Yeah.
It really helped, and he was the real deal kind of guy. He'd disappear off to Afghanistan on weekends 2 or 3 times, literally, and come back, with like, you didn't know if he was going to come back. It kind of made that part really serious. Yeah. I remember you like trying to sort of joke with him, and because you'd be like, oh yeah, like you would sort of try and joke, and then Paul would just immediately like, I will bust you in the head, mate. I will bust you in the head.
He was real dead. He was serious, man. Like when I first met him, he had like a scar right here, and I thought maybe he got burned with his sunburn with his sunglasses and stuff like that. Then I found out later that a bullet had scraped scraped his face right there. Was a mark from almost getting shot. And I was like, whoa, I never joke with him again. I might be a tough fighter, but now when it comes to guns and stuff like that, I'm gonna tell it out.
I'm learning a lot. Don't ever point out a dude that's got a scratch on the side. It could be from a bullet or when somebody loses. But even when the guns jammed in the shooting, they taught you how to really use a weapon.
That was the thing about Joe, which was pretty amazing, is usually in a movie, or I don't know, I've never really done an action movie, but once something jams, you just put the gun up and say props and they yell cut. Joe wanted to always shoot the scenes in a wide, and if it jams, we have to figure out how to solve that. It's called a malfunction. So there are like three types of malfunctions, and we had to learn how to run our gun in the scene. So if it's like they yell action and we got to get to here, you got to get to there if you wind up throwing your gun.
Right.
So that was a lot of pressure.
And if it jammed, you just
there's different ways you have to clear.
Techniques,
3 techniques. Yeah.
If I had gone jam, we just all gave him to Bradley.
You were into the guns the most, right?
I never thought I would be because I was kind of terrified, but too much. Maybe too much. I would start to like dream about it, like switching magazines, and I was like, how can I smuggle one into the States?
Because that M4, the machine
M4
gun,
is beautiful.
Is
you have
illegal?
that, it's illegal. The semi's legal, but the fully auto is illegal in the States.
How do I get it back into the United States?
The one I have under my bed is totally illegal.
Now, when you rocked the Mohawk for the first time, what did you think when you saw yourself, especially being a fan of the A-Team? And there you are as BA, and you have the Mohawk, and you see yourself for the first time.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the way I looked at it. I thought the Mohawk looked cooler on Mr. T.
That's just one of like 18 looks that he has in the movie.
I know.
He goes through all.
When you get out of you went Jerry curl a little bit when you get out of
Hey, you know
He's
what?
got like all the different gradations.
Hey, I'm telling you, he messed up the Mohawk for me for real. Like the first scene we had together in the van, he checked my Mohawk like bad. Like it wasn't even called for. It wasn't even in the script. I'm talking about. He was in the back. He just kept coming up with lines. He'd come back at the beginning and say something else. He came up with the last of his blue and said, "You remember?" He said, "You look like Patty LaBelle." He came up with that. You look like Patty LaBelle. I was like, oh, he just ruined the Mohawk. I was like, it was a wig at that time. I'm like, I just wanted to rip it out.
Now, here's what we got planned for some people in the audience. We want some volunteers. We want to Mohawk some audience members.
No.
All right? Who's into it? Stand up if you guys are into it. My man right there, you in? All right. Who's brave enough to go Mohawk? You guys, will you go Mohawk? All right. Up next, A-Team, take some questions from the audience, so don't move. We'll be right back.